Step into the Fieldhouse, your front row seat to legendary victories and untold stories. Hey, I'm your host, Lance Leonard, breaking down sports from the inside out, along with co-host Jimmy Lackey. It's more than just a game. It's the Fieldhouse Podcast. Hey, welcome into the Fieldhouse Podcast. We are a production of the Kids Inc. Sports Network. I'm one of your hosts, Lance Leonard. We have the other host, Jimmy Lackey, CEO and main man of Kids Inc. Jimmy, you know my tradition here. What's the best thing that happened to you today, on this day?
I actually spent a little time outside this morning helping the boys. I don't get to do that very often or have the time to do it, but ran over to Hereford and was on the mower for a couple hours this morning just helping out. I'm not the main guy, but, you know, another mower gets it done quicker, so I spent a little time on the mower this morning. Came back, got dressed up just to come see y'all. So.
Well, we appreciate it, man.
Definitely took a shower.
Have you always been a mower? I mean, is that something you've
up until about, I don't know, probably right around a little before COVID.
Yeah.
And Kim said, no, going to have somebody mow the yard. She goes, you take too long. And she goes, you don't get any time off. When you do, you're out there for 4 hours. And
yeah.
So Jeff Williams, his son Brett.
Okay, yeah.
Boy, does a great job.
Yeah, they have that. Have had that for a while.
Yeah.
What a great way for, parents and their kids to bond. Really,
Yep.
A little business like that, and look what it's done for the Williams.
Well, you know how I found him?
How?
The first time you asked Kim to be in the wheelchair game, Stacy and I were sitting down in the corner, and we got to talking, and I was asking about the kids. She goes, well, Brett started his own landscaping company. I said, well, have him call me. We had not left the gym, and he already sent me a text that night.
Wow.
And so he's been taking care of my yard ever since. Yeah,
I like it.
They do a great job.
Yeah.
You know, they get 3 or 4 guys, and they're there 20 minutes.
Oh, man, I know. It's a machine, isn't it?
They're there 20 minutes. I'm out there 4 hours.
Have you seen the ones they stand on now?
Oh, yeah, he's got one.
He's got one. Okay, yeah. Those are incredible.
Yeah, he's got one of those, goes right through the gate and to the backyard, and they're done.
It's like the golf course where you go, if you see them do the green and they're on the sideways, the guys are riding sideways, it's that would be a fun job, but don't mess up that green, you know what I mean? They're expensive machines, but yeah, I don't mind mowing. I still mow, but I have a very small yard, things like that. And it's amazing from last year to this year with the rain we haven't had and the rain we had last year, how different the mowing cycle is.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Big time.
It's kind of scary. You can tell where drought is just by how many weeds you have and how many mowings you have.
My son-in-law has an acre. He and Kennedy have an acre, and so he needed one of those riding mowers, and so we found one on sale, and I went in half with him on it. And the only reason I have it is because where we live, there's 7 houses on our side of the block that back up to VFW Road or Sauncey, if you will. And we don't have gates, so we don't have access to our alley. But between there and the road, that stuff grows.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody ever mows it. So I just mow it.
That's cool.
I actually called the city. I said, would y'all take a scraper down that alley? There's a bunch of old concrete where people cleaned out concrete and stuff. And they came and scraped it all up for me. I said, if y'all will do it one time for me, I'll mow that alley. And so I mow those 7 houses worth behind our house all the time.
I bet you they're thankful for that.
Last year, probably mowed it every 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
This year, I've mowed it once.
Once? Yeah.
So there's your
big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had the best lawn on the block. You know what I mean? That might be my goal for next year.
Yeah.
Not to brag about it, but and with our water the way it is, I don't know if it's fruitful, but I think it's cool, a nice lawn.
Yeah.
I really
my 2 friends across the street, Rich and Jay, probably have the 2 nicest lawns on the block. They're both retired, and they spend a lot of time in their yards, and they're beautiful. And there's my next door neighbor Shannon's yard. He mows with one of those reel mowers.
Yeah.
And he's got that fescue, and it looks like a putting green.
Yeah.
And
I went electric.
Both my son-in-laws did.
Yeah,
too. Actually, all 3 of them did. Luke got one.
Are they happy with it?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Seth has one. They all 3 have one.
Yeah, I like them.
They hang them up on the garage.
Yeah, and
side.
you just charge it, and you can use your weed eater. I went ahead and bought the weed eater and all that.
Yeah.
So you can just use your battery. And the battery life's not bad. I'm sure it changes as they get older, but I've been impressed with the battery life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, if I had 5 acres, I don't know if I'd like it at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
But anyway, that's a good one. So, hey, let's get into it. I wore my Rock Rose shirt today. Obviously, anybody driving by is seeing a lot going on there. We're seeing lights up, buildings formation, things like that. But a couple of turf fields down there, things like that. So we haven't had a real big-time update from you. So if you don't mind, will you update us?
Sure. There's a lot going on at one time right now. So many different trades out there. I didn't go out today. They were supposed to pour concrete this morning. I don't know how much rain they got out there last night. They were scheduled to pour concrete early this morning. Down the middle of the soccer and football side, there's going to be a walkway that goes from one end to the other, and they had about a third of it done a couple of weeks ago, and they were forming up the remainder of it last week, and we're planning to pour today, so I don't know if they got that done or not. But that's a 20-foot wide piece of concrete that goes 1,200 feet north to south.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're doing a lot of concrete.
Yeah.
And then they got the foundation poured on the concession stand in that area as well. So everything that had been stubbed up there is now on a pad. They were forming up the concession stand in the east quad of the baseball complex. Well, I drove out there Sunday. Kim and I drove around Sunday, and they had it all formed up. They had not put the footers in yet, but they had the footers dug. They've got irrigation is going in around the baseball complex where we'll have grass outside the fields. Now, all the fields, all the playing surfaces are synthetic, but we'll have a lot of landscaped area over by the baseball complex. The curb and gutter for the south parking lot is all there.
Wow.
It's amazing how quick they pour those curbs and gutters, which means parking lot won't be far behind that. My turf contractor told me that they are bringing 2 crews in after the 4th, and he figures in 6 weeks all 8 of the baseball fields will be done.
Really?
And they'll be getting ready to move over to the soccer
fields.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah, and then, of course, you've seen the lights. All the lights are up on the soccer and football side. There's 14 poles up on that side. And I haven't counted, but I know a good chunk of the east quad lights are up. They don't think they have them all up yet. And then they'll start moving to the west side. If you drive down the Coulter side, you see a different view than you do if you drive from I-27, because I-27, you can't see it because everything's built up above. But if you have a time to drive down Coulter and it's not crowded, you can see from west to east across there and kind of see what's happening. They're on the 3rd field, putting turf down on the 3rd field right now on the baseball side, and they hate the wind. Those turf guys hate our wind.
Yeah. It's been pretty.
It makes it difficult to get that turf rolled out. But
it's been pretty tough, actually, even for us.
But there's so much. There's still electrical going on. There's still underground. We had the water line put in. They put a new water line in from Coulter, going right straight through. It's a city main that will tie into the new city utilities. But we had to put that in. We had to pay for that, even though it's a city main. Because we had to have the thoroughfare going through there to tie their water into Coulter, and that's what we'll tie into down that way. So we had to have that put in. I think they've got that all but about wrapped up. So, yeah, lots and lots and lots of pieces.
Yeah.
I don't know how they stay out of each other's way, all the different trades.
Yeah, they probably don't,
Fences
actually.
are going up. They've got I think they've got all the chain link up on the Emerald College field, and they were putting chain link up on the field next to it. So they're starting to tie those fences
starting
up.
To look like some fields, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, I know you get asked it all the time, but you still kind of leaning towards a spring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Meet
kind of on target.
And right now, March 9th is the target date as far as completion from their end. You know, it's funny. I threw that out one time, and it's like it's stuck, and I think they feel like they're married to that, which we don't hold them to that by any means.
Right, yeah.
But because so much can happen that could alter something here or there. But, boy, that would be awesome if we got somewhere around March, finish up by next year, where all of our spring sports could be utilizing that complex. Lance, we're not going to know what to do being in control of our own facilities. You know, we've had to rent fields or rent courts from the school, rent fields from the city, whatever the case may be. We've always had to utilize somebody else's
time
space.
And space.
And to be able to have control of some of our own,
it's going to be,
and allow others to use it as well.
Yeah.
But for scheduling purposes, we're going to go, wait a minute. that was easy, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
that is going to be a real positive, though. You got to admit, where you have control of your own property.
Yeah.
I mean, let alone. I mean, the bottom line is, like I keep saying, when kids wake up on Saturday morning and they know they're going out to that Rock Rose, it's going to be special.
I hope so.
You know what I mean? And I think for the families as well, once they get the vibe that, hey, we get to go to one place. We're not driving all over town. I know you talk about that a lot, but I totally agree with you 100% on that. The simple things that families are going to benefit and the kids are going to benefit from this are some of the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a cool place to play. And, hey, our whole family, hey, Joey has a game right after Billy, you know what I mean? And we just get to stay right there.
Yeah. I was in the pavilion over there on the soccer and football side the other day, and we were measuring for TVs because we're putting 8 TVs up inside that pavilion. And the reason we're putting 8 is because all 8 of the baseball fields will be able to live stream from them. So if your kid's playing soccer or flag football right next to that pavilion, you could sit under the shade in the pavilion, watch your kid play flag football or soccer right there, and look up at one of the screens and watch your kid play baseball from across the way.
That's cool.
But we're going to be able to live stream all 8 of those fields to that complex.
Yeah.
And, you know, we do that in Elk City. We have that capability over there, and we want to be able to have that accessibility here.
Is it popular over in Elk City, that part of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was going on. I like that.
Yeah, and so
very cool.
And you can live stream them on the web too. So those parents that can't come can watch it on the website too.
Yeah, so. That's it's going to be exciting. It already is exciting, but you're just seeing it take place now. Like when you casually drive by it, you're seeing a lot more activity there, but you're also seeing a lot more.
I joke with myself about this because. You try to think of everything, and if I'm gonna toot our own horn in one area, we've pretty well thought of most everything. I'm waiting for that moment when we go, dang, we should have done this, because it's going to happen, and it's going to happen sooner than we want it to.
I don't know. Don't.
I tell you what, we've scratched the surface high and low to make sure that.
And I think it's going to pay off because you guys did that. And here's the deal: you have experienced these situations in other parks, in other cities, as a fan, as well as running them, like at Elk City, and so I mean, it may be one little thing, but I don't think you guys. I don't think you guys missed on.
We went over to Elk City a couple weeks ago to groom all their fields because we have 2 5-plexes that sit side by side, and we were hosting a state baseball tournament, regional baseball and state softball tournament weekend before last, I guess. And the fields need to be groomed, and they don't have the big equipment like we have. So we took all of our big equipment over, and we groomed on a Wednesday, spent the night, and groomed Thursday and came home. And, you know, the whole time we were driving over there, I was cycling back to 2019 when we asked the commissioners to consider turfing those 2 complexes. And our city manager at the time, and Lee was a big baseball guy. I said, Lee, you really need to put some soccer lines down these outfields. No, this is a baseball complex. We're going to leave it a baseball complex. Lee leaves. New city manager comes in. One of the first questions he asked me is, why didn't y'all put some soccer lines out here? And I said, because I tried to get your predecessor to do that, and he didn't want to because it wasn't our complex. That's the one thing that people are noticing is that there's going to be additional lines in the outfields. You don't see them necessarily from the bleachers. But that's usable. That's using space wisely.
Yeah.
And,
you have to.
Fixing it where you don't have to mark everything all the time. We can chalk paint anything we want out there, but to have those lines down all the time, and all you got to do is set up some goals or put some pylons down to play flag football or whatever the case may be. Lines are already there. Your work's over. The hardest part's marking fields. And
what are those fields in Elk City? It's kind of a I don't want to discredit them, but kind of a mini version of what we're going to see at Rock Rose. But how has that impacted that city?
Oh, it's huge. The number of tournaments that we host there annually, golly, Stacy, what do you figure, 12 dozen plus tournaments a year that they host there in Elk City. The revenue in a town that size from hotel, motel, sales tax, Our city manager told us there was a $5.5 million project when we turfed those fields in 2019, and our city manager told us it paid for itself in 2 years.
2 years, wow.
With the new revenues that came to town from having those events, because when they host tournaments over there, they do a great job. The softball booster club runs the softball side, and the baseball booster club from the high school runs those. And then we run our own end of season and preseason tournaments, and then we host those state and regional tournaments. And by the time you're all said and done, there's probably 12 plus tournaments that are held over there. The one thing that I think will work that we're going to be able to help with is, for instance, we've got 10 fields in Elk City. 5 of them are for baseball, 5 are softball. Well, we might play an age group tournament in Elk City instead of having 3 or 4 age groups. Maybe you have an 8 and under softball tournament in Elk City, and you invite a whole bunch of 8 and under or 10 and under teams. Maybe in Amarillo we're doing a baseball tournament of 8U, and then over in Hereford we might have a 10U or 12U tournament.
Yeah.
And we could sit here and corner these 3 facilities to have bigger tournaments for those different age groups instead of the same teams all the time that you see.
Yeah. And
have those invitationals
wants,
bringing those people in with those different age groups. That's where I see us becoming a more regionalized opportunity for people that might not have to spend as many nights in hotels.
Yeah.
I don't want to make the cities upset, but if you don't want to, like if your kids are playing in a tournament in Hereford, you can go over and come back and sleep in your own bed if you're from Amarillo.
Yeah.
And same for Hereford coming here. Or, Elk City's a couple hours. That's a choice. Whether you want to do that or not. I think we can make it where they don't have to travel to Dallas. They don't have to travel 300 plus miles
Oklahoma
to go
City,
somewhere.
whatever. Yeah.
We can fix it where.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah.
Mileage is not going to be an issue.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing. And I will say this: I know some, and they didn't even know like Kids Inc. is involved with Elk City, but I've had some friends or grandparents or whatever talk about the experience over there was really good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They happened to be in a tournament over there or something, and
it's a city facility.
They're shocked, first of all, how nice it is when they get there.
It's a city complex. We manage it for them as far as the use of it, but I don't think, Stacy, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we have a single sign out there that has Kids Inc. on it at the complex.
Okay.
Not that we probably couldn't.
Yeah.
But we just don't.
Yeah.
But those folks there know to get in the leagues, you got to go to our office there in Elk City. But it's not like we try to boast or anything there.
No,
Rock Rose will be different because our Rock Rose logo encompasses our Kids Inc. logo too, and so it'll be branded. I've told Matt Griffith with Rock Rose Development, the real estate side of the business, we've made Rock Rose a household name in this town. And he just looks at me and goes, "You're right. You have." And so
you're right.
And people don't even. They'll go, "Now, what is Rock Rose?" And I have to tell them, "Well, it's a real estate development company."
Yeah.
And they were kind enough to let us have a bunch of land to build this thing on, and that's why we named it Rock Rose Sports Park. But we've made Rock Rose Development the part of Rock Rose part of it a household name in this region.
Yeah, I appreciate that update. It's. We needed that. We haven't heard a good update and all, and so it's on target. Obviously, it's once you see it, it's just going to be phenomenal.
Well, and facilities are everything. I mean,
I
was over there in Hereford today, and we've got great facilities over there that we've built over the last several years.
It's just fun to go to a good place.
It's nice for kids to have a place.
Yeah. So you can be proud of. I kind of skipped ahead, but hey, this is our 79th Fieldhouse podcast. We have a tradition here, and we pick the name that maybe a teammate of ours back in the day in the wore 79 or somebody famous, any sport. Who's your 79 today, Jimmy?
It's got to be Harvey Martin.
Wow, yes.
Got to be Harvey Martin.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked in the book. I was hoping I was
right. The Fridge wore 79 for the Bears, but I thought it was 72. But they're saying, some people say he wore 79.
I had him at 72.
I don't know if
Let's see what the book says here.
There are not very many.
I've never even heard of this first. The face, I've never even heard of. I'm embarrassed to say that.
Who is it?
Roosevelt Brown.
Yeah, and I looked that up as well. So he played for the Giants. He's a Hall of Famer, but this is in the 50s.
50s and 60s.
Yeah, Bob St. Clair was along with that as San Francisco 49er. Both Hall of Famers. And I guess for their era, were the best of the best for going on there. Abreu played for the White Sox and the Astros. Is he on that one? And I looked him up. His mother, he's a Cuban, and his mother chose
the last name again.
Abreu, Abreu. I might not be saying it right. Jose. White Sox, Astros. I think it was a AL MVP one year. But anyway, his mom chose 79 because it would stick out. Yeah. You would be different. So everybody would notice you. And
Ray Childress.
Ooh, good one.
Ray Childress is listed in here.
Yeah, I didn't know that one. Who else? Harvey Martin, was he underrated?
Maybe.
Stuck around.
It's got a picture of him in here in his Michigan State 79. Jim Lachey.
Yeah.
With the Redskins.
Yeah.
He's listed. Tony Mandrich.
Ooh.
Was a 79.
The Packers.
A lot of these others I don't recognize.
Mandrich is really a part of the steroid era.
Yeah. Big time.
Big time, yeah.
Big time.
He was Michigan State too, though, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I don't know many of those.
Did you play with any famous or any was 79s up in Dumas?
I'm sure there was. I'm sure one of my classmates wore it. I just have to go look in the book to see who had it. I'm sure somebody had it.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, hey, a couple of things still going on that we talked about last time, Jimmy. The World Cup's still going on. I think soccer is officially, and I'm not the one to announce it, but it's part of the American fiber now, in my opinion. Yeah. 20 years ago, still no, but it is now. There are so many knowledgeable soccer fans that live in the United States now. It's unreal, and you see the crowds, and then they support their teams in a crazy manner. But I think it's fun to watch to see how this impacts the world, but how it's impacted the United States. I don't know about you.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, my gosh, yesterday Haley's TV in her office signed off of YouTube, and Craig had to go in there and get her to log back in because she had to have her World Cup on yesterday. You know,
yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
It's the global sport, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
It took a while to get here. I can tell you this: when we were in elementary school, it's a true story. So we're talking back in the late '60s, early '70s. They took our football away at lunchtime because we played too rough. And they gave us a soccer ball, and they set up cones on each end. We had to start playing soccer, and we hated it. But then we kind of came to like it because we just kind of made it our own. That was the first time I ever even heard of soccer.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they took our football away from us at recess.
Yeah.
And but you look at it now, it's probably the largest sport we have in our program year-round. I mean, we own an indoor soccer arena that plays probably 340 days a year down there, youth and adults.
Yeah.
And then we're going to fill up Rock Rose with a lot of soccer players, and they won't all be Kids Inc. kids. They're going to be club teams and club tournaments and things of that nature out there, and people utilizing that facility for the soccer side of it. I mean, we have 24 3v3 fields.
Yeah.
Right there, all they got to do is put the goals down and put some kids on them, and here we go. So
yeah.
It's a big sport. It's I would agree with you. In the past 20 years, it's moved way up the list, 100%.
Yeah, and then it's kind of like American football in the fact that you kind of you go to these, you watch these matches, and then you want to see the star do something, and the stars. Yeah. It's like Tom Brady stepping up in a Super Bowl. You know, Messi already has 5 goals. He's the all-time leading scorer, but right behind him are all. You know, I mean, it's really fun to watch.
Here's this is another one of the geek sides in me is I use a website out there for graphic design. It's one of the things that I do in my spare time. And if I'm looking for football graphics, I have to tell it American football. You can't just put football because it's going to throw soccer graphics.
Soccer at you, yeah. Mm-hmm. Interesting, yeah. I like that. Yeah. I like that. Did you do your homework at all? And have you seen the craze that America is being?
No, and you told me to go watch that.
Sorry about it. Do that.
No, I will.
It's continuing now, though. I mean, they have fallen in love with America.
Yeah.
You know, like Route 66.
Well, it's not what they hear about on their TVs.
Yeah. I mean, no. I agree. And I saw somebody on Route 66 and They like they were in a small town, and they said, this is what we think of the United States, a one-street town. You made my day today, things like that.
So talking about Route 66, not to get off the subject, I drove out to Pantex with my son-in-law last night. I had to sit in the parking lot. But we were coming back in. Have you seen the neon signs, billboards recognizing the 100th anniversary of Route 66?
Out that way?
Take off. Starting at the interchange, there's one at the interchange.
Okay.
And then go out. There's one out toward Buc-ee's coming back into town. And then there's another one coming back into town. And they're lit up. I mean, I think the Big Texan might be on one of them. They are sharp looking, but you want to go see them at night. You want to see them lit up.
Yeah,
we drove out there.
Do that.
It was probably about 9:30 when we came back through.
Yeah.
They were impressive.
That's
I'm
cool.
not sure who put those up or who's sponsoring those. There's one at the interchange.
Yeah.
Right there, you can see it. They're slick.
Yeah, nice.
And,
nice.
The Route 66 museum is in Elk City.
Right.
They're on 3rd Street, and so we see it pretty regularly. And
no, I think that it's getting a lot of publicity, well deserved, and all that. So.
But no, I'm sorry, I did not go watch your Whataburger commercial.
No, yeah,
what was the
go
other
watch
one?
those. It's other things too. Just ranch dressing is
that was
what
the ranch dressing
has just freaked them out, and they're in love with it. They can't get enough ranch.
Well, I think they figured out we're nice people too.
That is the other thing. I can't believe how nice people are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They really do say that. So
propaganda, just like what we're spitting out here. Propaganda.
I like it. I like it a lot. So this will probably be one of the last times we talk about Brendan Sorsby, but it became official. That even the supplemental draft has pretty much rejected him. He's not allowed to enter the NFL supplemental draft. I got to ask you though, why can't he just drop out and just show up to a tryout and say, I'm here? No contract, no nothing. It's like a 28-year-old coming off the street and saying, hey, I want to try out for the Dallas Cowboys. Why can't he do that? Is there a certain age that he has to wait till? Graduating class?
I'm wondering if there's a league stipulation in there somewhere.
I don't know. And I don't think he's officially been banned, the name and all that. I know it's under investigation and all, but
you're an owner. Do you want to touch that?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I mean, it's just it's a kid with too much money on his hand and too much time. Don't applaud it, but let me tell you, it's just like the steroid area that I might have talked about previously on this show. Yeah, we got Barry Bonds, hit all those home runs. Yeah, we have Clemens, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We have Sammy Sosa. You have you have the poster boys of the steroid area. But don't tell me the second baseman that was hitting 244
doing the same thing.
with 5 home runs wasn't on the same stuff. And he happened to only hit 12 home runs and hit 280. So there was so much on there. In the 70s, we have, Markley won't mind me saying this, they had bowls of green pills and black pills in the locker room on a table. It was speed. If you just needed a pick-me-up, you just grabbed it as you went out to the game and took it. Yeah. Wow. So they didn't know exactly what it was. All right, this is the doctors put them out there. Hey, take one of these and it's going to pep you up.
Closest thing I ever came to any of that was a salt pill.
Yeah, and
I hated those things.
Those are probably not good for us anyway.
Yeah,
but my thought is this. That a lot of college kids are betting, to his extreme, was absolutely wrong. He should be banned from college football. I'm okay with that. But to play in the NFL, you have some of the scum of the earth that have played in the NFL and done some really, really bad things. And to pinpoint one guy all of a sudden, you're going to be our guy. Nah, I'm all in. If he can play, I would sign him up. But I would do this. I would try to get him some rehab, okay? Dan Patrick had a pretty good idea. Since he will be sitting out these next 9 months and out of the picture of everybody, Jimmy, and maybe it's too soon for colleges because he's still kind of trying to get his degree. I hope he does. But maybe high schools.
From where?
Yeah, I'm sure Texas Tech has kind of gone publicly like we're supporting him, blah, blah, blah. They better be the ones that support him in the classroom as well, in my opinion. But and Lubbock's low-key anyway. What are they going to do? You know what I mean? But how about this idea? he goes and visits auditoriums, and he tells, hey, here's the downfalls of gambling. This is what happened to me. It's easy. Yeah. It's going to happen to you. Here, good luck, you know what I mean? But here, I want you to make sure this is the consequence. Look, I'm stuck right now. I don't know if I'll ever play in the NFL. My dream of playing at Texas Tech, over. Things like that. But maybe go to use those 8 or 9 months as a goodwill gesture. Where maybe the NFL will then accept him with more open arms.
Yeah, it's a wait and see, remain to be seen.
Yeah, but I mean, 10,000 bets is 10,000 bets. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's a problem.
And like I said
me,
last
Jimmy,
time,
it's going on.
Oh yeah,
there's so much gambling going on. When it's legal in your state, what are they going to do?
I said this last week. I'm going to stick by it. And again, I'll qualify it by saying I'm not an expert on any of this. But you can't tell me Cincinnati didn't know about all this.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
And, like, you want to go somewhere else, see ya.
Yeah. Well, his teammates knew about it. You know what I mean?
And that's the part that's a little bit of the part that aggravates me in the big picture of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Is Cincinnati's kind of walking away scot-free, and Tech's stuck with this black eye that the kid never played it down for him.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And that's the part of it that's a little bit frustrating for me.
The investigation so far has proven that he bet while he was at Indiana, but on his own team. But they do not have official document of him betting with Cincinnati officially.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did. There's no doubt about that. But anyway, I think it's a lesson learned. But until it hits you in the face, I don't think it's going to.
Let me tell you what Goodell said. I'm reading.
Yeah, I do.
This is what Roger Goodell said.
Okay.
And then you can tell me what you think about this.
Yeah, I like this. Go ahead.
As Commissioner Goodell has emphasized, participation in the NFL is a privilege that carries with it significant responsibilities, including accountability. Now, they really want you and I to discuss that right there because they're only talking about one situation
exactly.
Here. Do we want to expand that to some others?
Yeah.
I'm going to call BS on that right there.
I'm backing you 100%.
Yeah, I'm going to call BS
with
on
the
that
BS.
one.
You have okay, what about criminal activity?
Yeah.
What about abuse, physical and mental? That is prevalent.
Sexual abuse.
That is what he needs to address. So, look,
I don't think they want us going much.
Goodell makes $15 million a year or whatever. You know what I mean? As a commissioner, he is not going to attack his own league. That was crafted by a lawyer or a writer, one of his favorite writers.
But okay, so you're on to something with me here. Why is he not going to do that?
What?
Why is he not going to throw his own league under the bus?
Oh,
because who's paying the bill?
That's who's paying.
Who's paying the bill?
The owners pay it to him.
You just answered my question.
Yeah.
What did I say last week? College presidents should have stepped in with the NCAA. You just hit the nail on the head with me. The owners dictate to the league how
it's going to run.
Dang right they do.
Yeah.
And college presidents should have done the same thing with NCAA, and I'll get off that soapbox.
No, I like that.
But you just put it all in a box for me right there.
You segued this perfectly. Speaking of college presidents, Dr. Windler down at WT has announced that I think it's September 1st, Jimmy?
Is.
Okay. Will be his last day as the WT president, a decade down there. His impact, and who should they look for?
Well, I don't get a vote.
No, but I mean, I'm not saying exactly the person. I'm saying
no. I'll tell you the person. I'll go right down to the person.
Okay, let's go.
So, again, I'm not qualified to be an expert on this, but I'm going to tell you what having been there when we joined the A&M system to now, and what I've seen. These are my takeaways. A&M, I assure you, already knows who our next president is. They groom
down in College Station.
They groom presidents.
Okay.
Long before another president steps down. Now, I got this information yesterday when I saw that Dr. Windler was stepping down September 1. I will tell you, 2 months is not the norm in terms of a retirement announcement. That's usually, like, I've got a friend that's president at Eastern Michigan University. When he renewed his last 4-year contract, he told them, this will be my last contract. So he gave him 4 years.
4 years notice. Okay.
Typically, a president notices, I'm going to say, at least a year, if not 2. So I was a little shocked by the 2-month.
I got one question real quick. Do you think behind the scenes it had already been determined, or
no? I think there's a lot.
Okay.
I haven't talked to Dr. Windler. He and our friends. And And here's what I'm going to say about it to the public, because I know there's people out there. You got the museum situation. You got the drag show issue, and those are 2 big items. But I'm going to tell you when you sit in the hot seat of any position of running a company, you're going to make decisions that aren't always going to make people happy. And I'm not defending Dr. Windler on any of this, on any particular subject. I'm just stating that when something lands on my desk, I have to make a call.
Right.
Good, bad, or indifferent, I have to make a call, and he has to do the same. You have to live and die on the sword by the decisions you make.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to get into whether the museum deal or the drag show. I'm not going to get into any of that. My point being, he had to make a decision. And what I have found out about Dr. Windler over the years, I've got to know him pretty well, he will make a decision. And he will stand by it. He's convicted in his way he does it. And I can't fault anybody for that. That's what you were hired to do, is make calls. And he's done that. And I would say, if we put his batting average out there, the batting average is pretty good.
Really good.
And so, I know there's some hot topics out there, and I'm not about to get into any of those because I don't know enough about any of them to speak on them.
So who's the next? Who?
If I had my pick now, Neil Terry would be the next president of the university. He's the provost.
Why is that?
I think he's groomed for it. He was the business dean. He's been the provost. He's been second in command. He has the educational acumen to do it, and I just one time would like to see one of our own get to step into that position during my lifetime.
How would that impact athletics with him in charge?
I don't know the answer to that. Neil and I have never had that conversation.
Just curious.
I can tell you this much. He was on the board at the Engler Foundation that made a decision to give us a couple $1 million. So I know how supportive he was of our project.
Yeah.
So if that speaks anything to youth involvement and things of that nature, that might be a little bit of a glimpse into it. I can't say that is.
Yeah.
I just know he is one kind, super nice guy. And
it's good to know.
I think he is well prepared for that position, and I'm sure that I've got friends at that campus right now that are probably going, Jimmy, no, that's not the right guy. Because everybody has an opinion.
Exactly.
But in my opinion, I'm ready for the guy next door to get to move next door, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I like it.
That's never happened during my time.
And I've said that a long time in the AISD, and they know my opinion on this. It's getting better, but several years, somebody would be here 8-10 years as a good soldier, as they call them. A great assistant coach, did all they're asked to do. Then all of a sudden when the head coaching job comes open, oh, but you don't have head coaching experience. Why don't you go off and find that? No. Keep the good people in your system. Give them a chance. You trusted them for 10 years as an assistant. And they've changed a little bit here in the last 5 years. I'll give them that. We're seeing more promotion within. Canyon ISD does a tremendous job with that. Mm-hmm. They are not afraid to promote within their school system. But I'm with so I'm on that page.
I hope I didn't just jinx Dr.
him.
Terry.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Speaking of
I don't get a vote.
Yeah, I don't either. Speaking of jinxing, it was a Cap Rock girls basketball job opened up, and I really wanted this man to get the job. Okay, but I knew how they felt at me in AISD in the big world. If I had supported him, and not that my ego is this big, but it would have been a negative for him, and I had to explain that to him. Like if I come out and say, "Hey, you're the man," they're gonna challenge that. They're gonna say no. So I backed off. He got the job, but I told him that behind the scenes because he goes, "Why didn't you ever come out and support me?" And all that. And I said, "This is why."
Yeah.
Because I think it could happen that way. So.
Yeah, I just like I said.
But no, we don't want to jinx him. But Jimmy, we respect your opinion on this, and I'm not trying to brown nose you, but you know a lot of people. You know who can do the job, who can't, who has the big picture in mind, not just athletics, not just academics, but the big picture, and who wants the university in Canyon, Texas, to shine a bright light.
I don't know how long Dr. Terry's been at WT now. Stacy, do you know? He's been there a while. He's been there a long time. I would say 20-plus years. I'm just ready. And when they made him the provost and vice president of academic affairs, that's your number 2 guy on campus. Okay, that is the president's liaison to the faculty, if you will, and to all the colleges. We've got a guy there that is sharp.
Yeah,
and he's likable, and he's already seasoned, and he's right here. 29 years. He's been there 29 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, and I'm going to tell you right now, Neil may not want the job. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't talked to him. I haven't asked him. But he may.
That's
and
homework assignment number 2.
That may be a job he doesn't want.
Yeah. Assistant professor of economics in 1997.
Okay.
Wow.
Assistant professor of economics, worked his way up to be the dean of the business college.
Yeah.
And then became provost.
I will say this: when you get in the business, and since he's done it 29 years, maybe things different. But for me personally, like when I became sports editor, why I got into sports writing was to write stories about people, cover games, give you a scenario or find a feature of a really feel-good feature or somebody who deserves publicity. Once you became the sports editor, it was meetings, budgets. It was nothing to do why I got in the business. And I know that's life.
No,
when you become the boss, you can relate to this. So maybe he knows, look, I'm loving what I do. Maybe I don't want that next step where I don't get to do what I love to do. Yeah. It's kind of being a CEO of a head coach. Give Nick Saban credit. He still kept his hand in the coaching part of it on purpose. Yeah. And doing that the best he could. But I'm just saying, some people when they don't want to be the boss doesn't mean maybe they know. Like, I don't get to do what I love to do. You know what I mean? If I had to do that over, I would have never been a sports editor. I'm just going to tell you right now.
My mom and I had this conversation one time. And then my dad and I had a very extended conversation about this one time. And my mom's the one that enlightened me to it. So what I would call my first real job was to run residence halls. Okay. And so I had 2 residence halls that I oversaw and had staff that worked with me. And then I took over at the alumni office, and then I came here. I've only worked at WT or here.
Uh-huh.
But in all 3 places, I was given the opportunity to lead a division or a department, or in this case, a company. And so my mom made the comment, "You've always been your own boss." Well, I work for a board.
Yeah.
You're one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
But in theory, yes. And so I go back to Dr. Wendler's situation, and running a university is in no shape, fashion, or form comparable to running Kids Inc. But I will say about Kids Inc., there are a lot of I's to dot. There's a lot of T's to cross. And when you got to keep parents happy, because if you don't, that's their kid, and they're always right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So running an organization, you're going to make some good decisions, and occasionally you're going to make one that you wish you could go back and maybe do a redo. But I just think Dr. Terry is ready. And again, you're talking. This is Jimmy Lackey's opinion. This is I've not talked to anybody else about this.
No, but we want this opinion.
But
so.
I'm gonna go back to my comment a while ago. He's next door.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to see the guy next door get to go there. Now, Dr. Long got to do that, but he had come from Tarleton. He had not been here very long.
Right.
I'm talking about a guy that's been at WT that bleeds maroon through and throughout. Just like Stacy said, 29 years he's put in
Stacey
here
said,
moved up the ladder.
Yeah.
And now he's next door. Move him into the big house.
All right.
I'm ready.
I like it. I like the calls. So, yeah. I had just had one more for you if you got something else, but this is our kind of our yearly discussion. But are you a fireworks guy or no fireworks?
So there's a fireworks stand down the hill behind my house.
Yeah.
And I'm out cooking Sunday night. We had everybody over for Father's Day. And I'm out there by myself. And I mean, this boom went off so loud that it shook where I was cooking.
What?
I'm not lying.
M80s?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's somebody's got an M80 around here. Come to find out later that evening, the transformer over behind the houses to my south blew up, and about 80 houses were out of electricity. It didn't get ours.
Oh, wow.
But it was a transformer.
So it had nothing to do with fireworks.
It was that loud.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I loved fireworks.
Yeah, yeah.
Loved fireworks. I don't know that I have a yay or nay about them. I love to go watch a good fireworks show.
Yeah, I do too.
You know,
yeah,
and
I
so
do too.
I don't buy a lot of them. I'm sure when my grandkids get a little older, we'll probably go buy them. But
yeah,
you know, we buy sparklers and we buy the smoke bombs and we buy
Right.
the stuff that doesn't make noise because they don't want the ones that make noise.
yeah,
But yeah, it's a once a year deal. It's kind of fun. I like it when we get a little more rain. You know,
Yeah,
the
I
burn
know.
ban stuff's scary.
it is scary.
I saw where Potter lifted theirs. But yeah, I like fireworks, and
Yeah,
I don't necessarily have to be the one setting them off.
anymore. Yeah. I'm kind of like you now. I mean, I used to love to set them off. I don't mind setting off a bottle rocket here or there, but it's kind of the same thing. So I had the opportunity to voice over this weekend. The Sod Poodles will have a couple of drone shows as we speak. And the Saturday one is like, United States celebration of their 250th birthday. So
Yeah.
I got to voice that over.
Those drone shows are incredible.
Yeah, they are awesome. If you get a chance, make sure you get out to drone shows. But I was going to say, though, and it was a great honor. Tony Inzer called me. Now, I was second. I mean, somebody skipped out. I get the picture.
It's okay.
now.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you're number 2, you're still in the co. But when I was up there, you never know. I haven't done a lot of that. Like, I've always wanted to be like a voice in a movie, behind the scenes, like a caricature, not on the screen, but like in a Disney type movie.
Cartoon dude.
Yeah, cartoon dude. Something like that. I've always wanted to do that. I get a kick out of watching those people perform, but they're so good at what they do. Like Robin Williams must have been incredible just to turn a mic on and see him go. But what was going on in that guy's mind? But for Aladdin, I think it was almost all off the cuff by him, you know what I mean? But so I did it, and they're really icy up there, you know what I mean? They're like, they're very professional.
Yeah.
Really good mic, and so I don't know how it went, but if anybody's out there Saturday, that's my voice. Let me know how I did, okay?
Okay, help me out here. And I think I saw this on maybe Entertainment Tonight after the news the other night or something. Help me out if I'm right here. But Tom Cruise, was he a voiceover for some cartoon character? They were showing this 4 years. He's done 4 decades of movies and TV now. And they were showing him, and I swear during that segment, they said he was the voiceover for some character in some show that I didn't know he did.
Wow, probably so.
I'm going to have to go look that up, but I think it was during that segment
I
where
wouldn't
saw
doubt
it,
that.
I never
You know what I
knew.
mean? I think they all want to try that.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to be in front of I know Whoopi Goldberg does a bunch of them. I know.
Well, wasn't she one of the hyenas in The Lion King?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's it's kind of fun. But we'll see how it goes, you know what I mean? I'm going to be up. Rhonda's parents are having an anniversary, so I'm going to be up in Canadian. So I doubt if we'll get back for it. But it was cool. I practiced like crazy, but we'll see how it comes out.
That's
But,
awesome. So it's already pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They don't want mistakes, Well, they just push it on, you know what I mean? Like the drones go up and then they do the announcement.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Maybe, because that's a lot of talking to just go live in case something really messes up, you know what I mean?
See, we got the scoop on that. I never knew.
Yeah, Wade, the voice of the Sod Poodles, did the Friday one. So, and he's a pro, makes very few mistakes. You got anything else today, Jimmy?
No, I'm looking.
Sure?
I'm looking up to see if Tom Cruise
Look that up real
did
quick.
a cartoon character. He did not. Okay, so it was somebody else that I thought.
Has Tom Cruise won an Oscar?
Did he win one in Top Gun Maverick? Because if not, they're saying, is it this? What's this one he's got coming up?
Yeah, I'm not
Dutton?
sure.
Dutton?
Yeah.
He's playing. What is that?
Google that real quick before we get out of here. Tom Cruise ever win an Oscar? I don't think he has.
I don't think he has either.
Which I don't think's
I think he was nominated in Top Gun Maverick.
For lifetime achievements in cinema.
Lifetime achievement, okay. But not really for a role.
Well, Now I'm seeing Academy Awards, Tom Cruise, Best Picture 2023, Best Supporting Actor 2000, Best Actor 97, Best Actor 90.
Really? He's got that many, okay. Nominated or won?
Okay, yeah, no, he's never won one. He's been nominated for those things I just read.
Yeah, he just had the lifetime achievement.
Yeah. See, I think.
But they were saying, somebody was saying he's got a new movie coming out, and they think this might be the one.
I just think that's wrong. Actors like that who are such box office
Digger.
hits.
That's it. It's called Digger.
Digger.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
They're saying this is his best work.
Was he in an animated movie?
No.
Okay. All right.
I might have to remember who that was.
All right.
I was somebody that I was shocked to hear.
Anyway, that was my animated movie story. So yeah.
Good for you.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But when they're taping, you want some reaction like, "Oh, that sucked," or "Boy, that was really good," and I got nothing. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Yay or nay. So hey, we can't thank you enough. We love doing the show for you guys. This is the Fieldhouse Podcast. It is a production of the Kinsey Sports Network. If you have a guest in mind, if you see Jimmy around, hit him up with that, or myself, Stacy. We would love to hear from you, and we'll try to get him in here. But for now, like I always say, we'll see you when we see you.